Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and it's going to be the grand finals of the ESL Hearthstone SEA Legends number 7 in cooperation with Blizzard Entertainment. My name is Raymond Technolink Venus, and I am here to bring you all the action. Unfortunately, though, it looks like we had another little bit of troubles getting into the game. I'm hoping that this will work out on its own pretty fast. And yeah, let's get this baby rolling. I think we actually now, yes, now it's working, so I can actually bring up the overlay. Actually also need to spectate AzureSky. So yes, we have an overlay, we have a grand finals, and I have an overlay that does not update. Nice. Right, so finally we have everything up and running, and wait a minute, I'm missing cards here. I have AzureSky on the rogue, and we have Fizdarth with nothing in play. Okay, a little bit confused as to what is happening, so I'm going to be resetting the spectator mode. So apparently it doesn't work out as well as I'd hoped. Sometimes it bugs out, guys. Installing new timer views, and we're cooking some popcorn. I'm hoping that we can actually get into the match pretty fast here. Okay, finally, it's working. So let me actually spectate both of them. And now finally, we are back in the game. And yeah, so the hand of Fizdarth's really expensive, especially against the rogue deck coming out of AzureSky. So if we're looking at AzureSky, his decks are rogue, warrior, and mage. Come on, there we go. Rogue, warrior, mage. And on the other side we have Fizdarth with the 3 decks being Warlock, Hunter, Druid. For now though, AzureSky already putting down a lot of pressure with the Pilot Destroyer, and of course the Violet, not really an apprentice, Violet Teacher. Edwin Van Cleef is here. We have of course Eviscerate, Preparation, double Preparation actually, so that's going to be one heck of a Van Cleef. If he wants to, he can make it, let's see, Preparation into Eviscerate, into another Preparation, into Eviscerate, into Edwin Van Cleef. That's a 10-10 Edwin Van Cleef in one turn, and that's pretty intense if he wants to right now. And a 10-10 Van Cleef would be, yeah, would be pretty much disastrous here for Fizdarth. He would be forced to use a lot of his resources. Just another option that AzureSky of course has is drop the Azure Drake, and he actually sprint is perfect for this hand, and then subsequently just attack with the dagger and deal some damage to Fizdarth. So apparently he wants to finish that up with the Eviscerate. I'm a little bit curious as to what the idea behind that one was, because now he loses one of his preparations and can't do the intense Van Cleef combo. But yeah, I guess it could work, but I'm a little bit curious as to what AzureSky's plans for this one are. On the other hand, he did have an Azure Drake, so it really fits him. Azure Drake now also on the side of Fizdarth, and that gives him a Savage Roar, which makes it even stronger for, at least makes Fizdarth even stronger, especially with the Force of Nature. So that's 14 damage already, plus whatever he has on the board. So we have the Earthen Ring Farseer, we have the SI7 Agent. Another option is of course to drop the Preparation, but given the fact that he's going to be hitting 7 mana next turn, might as well drop the Farseer plus the Agent to deal some damage to Fizdarth and attack with the Azure Drake. Not really a bad idea to per se. So Fizdarth's with quite a few options. I would suspect him just to go all in on correction. AzureSky with quite a few options. So he's going to be sprinting, just getting some additional cards into his hand. Let's see what that will yield him. We have Sap, we have Deadly Poison as well. We have Dr. Boom coming out. That makes the Eviscerate a little bit better. So Eviscerate onto the Azure Drake, I would surmise. And then subsequently Azure Drake attacking the Keeper of the Grove just to keep Fizdarth's hand, or rather board position, very empty, especially now that he's eking towards that level, or rather the 9 mana boundaries. So Dr. Boom, we have Sap, we have Deadly Poison, we have the SI7 agents here. Actually, next turn would be pretty good, to be honest, but well, Sylvanas Windrunner taking control of a random enemy minion. I wonder if she's a big fan of knives. I sincerely do. Dropping Dr. Boom isn't that bad either. Maybe, yeah, actually, this is a very nice play here. Just attacking Sylvanas, taking some damage, swap, but then you get Dr. Boom and you can get yourself some additional damage in. Swipe is available. We have the, of course, we have the Force of Natures available as well. If we're actually looking at the opponents, let's see, this is 14 damage. You can follow it up with a swipe, which will drop him down to 16. Actually, swiping him would not be bad, to be honest. Swipe him, drop the Pilot the Shredder, and then next turn drop the Force of Nature combo. That's by far one of the best possibilities I would surmise here. And then his Boombot, let's see how much damage to deal, 1 and 3, so pretty average in that regard. Drop the Pilot the Shredder and then just say go, because it's now up to Dr. Boom to make it happen. 26. So let's start counting. 19 if you have the if you use Dr. Boom. Deadly Poison, Fan of Knives is there as well. Sap maybe to deal with Pilot Shredder. Would not be bad, to be honest. Go Sap, SI7 agent, attack him, and then just finish Fizdarth off next turn. It's not too bad, to be honest. And we have a lot of we have bee poop in our midst in the chat, so I'm hoping that everybody's enjoying it. So Sap onto the Shredder, making sure that you don't get hit by the Force of Nature combo, and then Edwin Van Cleef as well, making him 6/6 and immediately attacking here onto Fizdarth. Who's going down to 18. Next turn is going to be an interesting one for him. He has quite a few options here. Could be going for scenarios if he wants to. Sledge Belcher also not that bad of a decision here, because he just needs to get a little bit of damage in, just enough to take AzureSky down to 14. That's the target. And well, it's kind of a long thought process that has to go into this one, because there are a few more options that Fizdarth can go for as well. Just drop the Sludge Belcher, drop the Wild Growth, get the get 1 damage in from. Yeah, Wild Growth definitely not. So Sludge Belcher and the Pilot the Shredder would probably be the option here for Fizdarth, and then it's going to be up to AzureSky to break through that in 1 turn. So Pilot Shredder coming out, Sludge Belcher as well, just setting it up for that insta-gip. They should be able to actually make that happen if they get themselves there. That's additional damage, but this is not that bad. He for AzureSky, he drew Blood Mage Talnos. That's going to be empowering his skills just a little bit more. Let's see how this one plays out. So maybe Deadly Poison and double SI7 agent. It's not that bad though. Deadly Poison, yeah, he really wants to add some damage here. Double SI7 agents, going straight towards the Sludge Belcher here. So taking that one out. Using Blade Flurry, that's going to give Fizdarth a 2-drop. Let's see what it brings him. It brings him a pint-sized summoner. So the first minion he plays each turn costs 1 less, but he's immediately going for the kill here, as there is more than enough damage on the board, courtesy of Van Cleef and of course Dr. Boom. So there's not. We were talking about the next turn, but there was already lethal damage for Fizdarth and his companions. So we're going to be waiting for the next game, which is going to be game 2. So we lost the rogue on the side of. Come on. Wow. The rogue on the side of not Fizdarth, but AzureSky is now gone. The water outside is continuing. I'm actually going to be later on the show. I'm going to be showing the on my screen, probably outside, a little bit of webcam, how raining it is outside. But that aside, I can talk about the bad weather in the Netherlands all the time. But so the rogue is gone, which means that AzureSky is going to be forced to switch to his warrior or mage. In this case, going for the warrior, going for the control warrior, and Fizdarth is deciding, well, I like my chances with my druids, so let's stick to that. Apparently Melekisa did something incredibly too much. Oh, apparently used too many special items. But yes, we are now in the grand finals. Let me actually update the overlay so we can actually see what's going on. AzureSky currently 1-0 up, courtesy of a nice game. The Blade Warrior, of course, being very effective as well. And AzureSky just going to be setting up his defenses for now. Fizdarth, as a druid, should not have all that much issues with the warrior control unless warrior control actually gets to the late game. Early game is pretty much equal. Mid game is where the druids will shine. Late game, we're going to be seeing a lot of power coming out of the warrior, and that's something that Fizdarth has to be wary of. He needs to be as aggressive as somewhat aggressive in this case, because if he takes too long, AzureSky is going to be able to set up his entire defensive format, and then there's not all that much that Fizz can do about it. He is going to be giving the Acolyte of Pain, or rather, going to be taking out the Acolyte of Pain, revealing his Shade of Naxxramas, which means that we're most likely going to be seeing the Fairy War Axe coming out from AzureSky to take care of the Shade before it becomes too big to handle. And then maybe we can also see a follow-up with the Cruel Taskmaster in order to take out the piloted Shredder. Another option, of course, being that AzureSky going for the piloted Shredder first, and then it doesn't really matter because both of them would work. So he's going to be using the Cruel Taskmaster instead of using it on one of his minions. He's going to be using it to take out the Shade of Naxxramas. And this one, the Mana Addict, whenever you cast a spell, it gains 2 attack this turn. It's pretty good, especially given the fact that this one is now available. So that would be 4 damage to the face. Not too shabby, to be fair. On the other hand, he could just save the swipe for a little bit later, but this is just as good as time as any to get some damage in onto AzureSky before he starts armoring up. So yeah, it's very curious on the side of Fizdarth what he is going to be doing with his hand. He has a lot of options. Other option, of course, is to bring Sylvanas into the battlefield. But that's also another option, just swiping your opponent. So going full ham here. And to be honest, it works. This was also one of an angle that is very valid. Instead of swiping the Sergeant, you just go straight towards the face and then take out the Sergeant with your heroic attack. So, AzureSky drawing the Sylvanas is going to be dropping Harrison Jones as well. But there's no weapon to destroy, so it's pretty decent as a 5-4 for 5. It's not that bad, it's not good either. But let's see what the Ancient of Lore is going to be drawing for Fizdarth. Well, AzureSky now has 6 mana. We'll be able to drop Sylvanas here. Most likely going to be seeing her in being brought into play. The other option is, of course, dropping the coin and then immediately dropping Dr. Boom in order to deal as much damage as possible. Wow. In any case, though, for Fizdarth, he's just going to be setting up his game plan to incorporate maybe the combo of Scenarios plus Savage Roar, and dropping some Treants for the attack. But I'm expecting more of a Savage Roar Force of Nature combo to be used instead. Another option, of course, Cruel Taskmaster to make Harrison Jones even more powerful. But this is also a very good combo. It might come to haunt him in the near future if his opponent is going to be using Alex Rasta as well. But for now, Big Game Hunter plus the Abusive Sergeant is definitely not that bad. So for Fizdarth, he has the Druid of Claw. Most likely going to be popping that one into play. Another option, of course, is to just swipe Harrison Jones and use Shapeshift in order to take down the Big Game Hunter. That's also a possibility. Let's see, what else do we have? We have the possibility of Innervate plus Swipe. That's also not too bad. Innervate into Shade of Naxxramas. Also a decent selection here. So a lot of options here for Fizdarth, choosing to go for the Shade of Naxxramas and the Sylvanas Windrunner, so looking to play the long game. Although he's cards behind, that's kind of what's hurting. What is hurting him right now is that he's some cards behind, and that means that the AzureSky is going to be able to do what he is doing right now a little bit better. So yeah, whether AzureSky can drop, of course, he can drop Dr. Boom, which is a valid solution. I would almost say just drop the Doctor, but that opens him up to a possible Force of Nature combo together with Sylvanas, together with Shade of Naxxramas. Is that enough? Well, let's count. This is 14 plus 5, so that's 19. That's not going to be enough to take down the AzureSky. So some counting was in order, and well, we came to the conclusion it wasn't enough. But AzureSky just armoring it up, making sure that he doesn't go down. First thing they are going, AzureSky is going to be focusing on is just full in attacks onto Fizdarth, and well, can't really blame him, to be honest. So yeah, Sylvanas Windrunner, I would imagine that she's going to be trading with Harrison Jones and see what she's going to get, and then subsequently Fizdarth is going to be making his decision based on that. So what is his plan? Well, suppose he does that. The best result from that action would be the fact that the Sludge Belcher would go under Fizdarth's control. The worst case would be that she would get the abusive Taskmaster, the Cruel Taskmaster. So swipe is available. Let's see, swipe onto Harrison Jones, then maybe use your heroic attack to take out. No, not the heroic attack in this case. Just shoring up the defenses to just say go. So execute being drawn here by AzureSky is not going to be really not really useful at the moment, especially because it will. Well, actually, it's going to be pretty useful. Send in the slime to take out the Druid of Claw, execute it, and then just go to the face of Fizdarth. That's not that bad. Especially if you then follow it up with the Dr. Boom, because that would make it very hard for Fizdarth to get back. Other option, and this is even better, the Death's Bite, which will deal 1 damage to all minions. That's 8 damage to the face. And that would work wonders as well. So a lot of options here. But in terms of, is this the right play? I am not completely convinced yet. So for AzureSky, his plan is he needs to deal 12 damage. Of course, he has Dr. Boom, which is usually resulting in quite a bit. So he's going to be sacrificing his entire board into the Druid of the Claw, then take out Sylvanas, then drop Dr. Boom. That's also not bad. That's actually a smart move here, because that will allow him to drop Dr. Boom in peace, and it will force Fizdarth to drop some taunts onto the battlefield. So it's going to be forcing him to play scenarios in this case. Sheriff next Rammus, still thinking about what it wants to do. And scenarios would probably be the correct choice here for Fizdarth, just to make sure that he doesn't go down to the combo of the Boombots plus Dr. Boom. And of course, Fizdarth does not know what AzureSky has in hand, so this could end up badly for Fizdarth if he makes the wrong decision. So yeah, I'm expecting scenarios to be played here with the Treants, just to make sure that he does not get taken out by a full frontal attack by AzureSky. And Shared Next Ram is just going to remain stealth, I would suspect. Maybe take out one of the Boombots, but then if he was going to go for the Boombots, he shouldn't have played scenarios first. That's a given. So Fizdarth, yeah, just go to the face. He has to. It's still a possibility for the Druid. He can still get there, but he's going to need a lot of help. So speaking of a lot of help, the Doombots, well, could go all in. And then you can see what, we will find out soon enough what the result of that is. So the Boombots go in. Sludge Belcher is going to be defending quite heavily. Let's see what the Boombot is going to be doing. Okay, Boombot is doing 2 to Scenarius. Second Boombot probably also going to be going towards the Treants here. And then you can follow it up with the follow it up with an attack on one of the Boombots, correction, on one of the Treants, and then use Death Spy to do the rest. Nicely done though. Now, nicely done. Nicely random generated. And AzureSky is 1 damage short at this point of finishing the game outright. So, well, could go all in onto Fizdarth here, dealing 11 damage, taking him down to 1. That's actually not that bad, to be honest. Could also just take out the Shade of Naxxramas, which is going to be getting out of hand pretty soon. So, Dr. Boom going straight for the face. And now it's up to Fizdarth. Can he make anything happen? Well, let's see. No, it's over. This is the end of game 2, because Fizdarth does not have any form of taunts remaining, does not have any form of damage remaining to get through the Sludge Belcher. And that would be GG. Unless he sees something I don't. Which I would say is very hard. Let's see. If he attacks with scenarios onto the Sludge Belcher, that's going to be spawning a taunt. Then he has to use his Savage Roar to take that one out. Yeah, that's game. This is game. And that means it's 2 to 0 now for AzureSky as we head into the next match. So, yeah, AzureSky doing a fantastic job here against Fizdarth. And with his Warrior now winning, means that we're going to be seeing a Mage coming out of AzureSky. And well, what is Fizdarth going to be doing about it? What is Fizdarth going to be doing against the Mage? We don't know yet. We also don't know if it's going to be a Fatigue Mage or a Frost Mage, because there are a lot of options in that case. So let me actually pull up the overlay. And from what I see, it looks to be a Fatigue Mage from the initial cards that I see. On the hand of Fizdarth, I expect him to toss everything that's not a Wild Growth. Maybe keep Druid of the Claw. Oh, never mind, AzureSky now also turned into a Frost Mage. So, yes, tossing out everything that wasn't a Wild Growth. And actually, Ghazan Mystic is pretty good against a Frost Mage, especially because those have so many secrets in their deck, especially Ice Block and Ice Barrier. So Fizdarth, he has enough to get himself up to 4 mana on turn 1. Also, another possibility would be dropping the coin. Let's see, Pilot the Shredder on turn 1 is also not that bad. He has the chance to just go for the Wild Growth on the turn after. So if we might make a line of play right now for Fizdarth to be as effective as he can be, drop Innervate, drop the coin, drop Pilot the Shredder, the turn after drop Wild Growth, and that would work wonders, I would imagine. And if AzureSky actually drops the Scientist here, which is going to happen, most likely, he can always use this Kazan Mystic to immediately take that one away from him. So for now, Wild Growth probably going to be coming out. That's going to make it a lot better. 4 to the face from Fizdarth. And yeah, this Mana Crystal is going to enable the Kazan Mystic next turn. Actually, Ice Block right here makes it pretty good for Fizdarth, to be honest. So he's going to be getting a Mad Bomber. That's pretty good, not bad. Kazan Mystic, let's see what he's going to be getting. He's going to be getting an Ice Block, so no matter what, it was pretty good. Thank you for the Ice Block, now on the side of the Druid. And the AzureSky is like, but that's my Ice Block, that's mine! You just stole it. I would be sad, I would definitely be sad if I were a AzureSky right now. So just going to be getting some more cards into his hand. He has the Ice Barrier, he has another Ice Block. But Fizdarth, he smells weakness going straight in. Sludge Belcher now also on the battlefield. And things are getting really hairy for AzureSky right now. Has to make do with what he has. Doomsayer into Frost Nova just to give himself another turn. But yeah, things for Fizdarth are pretty good. He doesn't want to be dropping Druid's Claw just yet. He can't really get there. However, Keeper of the Grove silencing the Doomsayer. Well, fortunately for AzureSky, he has another one of that. But yeah, that's the issue with Keeper of the Grove. A nice silence, correction, Doomsayer. A nice silence at just the right time is more than enough to finish you off. So again, freezing all the enemy minions, dropping the Doomsayer, and it's like, okay, sure, you want to do it like that, you want to play hard to get, I will get you anyhow. Dropping the Doomsayer, which means that Fizdarth will most likely be just saying, okay, sure, I'll attack you for 1, and then we will end the turn. And apparently I did not update the overlay, so here we go. And we're going to be seeing that later into the in the battle. So immediately Doomsayer are going to be clearing out the entire board. Slime is the only thing left standing. Well, there's enough to cast both of these secrets right now. And yeah, so Force of Nature and Savage Roar already there. Ancient of Lore also coming into play. Well, I would say draw an additional 2 cards here, giving him Big Game Hunter and giving him Dr. Boom. So from the looks of it, it's probably going to be GG next turn. Well, unless of course the Ice Block is going to keep AzureSky alive long enough for him to get through his opponent's Ice Block. And I sincerely doubt that's going to be happening. So AzureSky will have to be very careful in what he's going to be doing. So yeah, he needs to consider his options carefully, and I would say that the Druid right now is pretty much in the best position he can hope for. He has enough on the battlefield. He has pretty much lethal in hand if his opponent isn't doing anything. Ice Block is of course a valid issue, but as long as he chooses the right timing of his attacks, which means that you always want to be attacking with the lowest amount of damage last, at least against Mage, to play around Ice Block, things should be completely fine for Fizdarth. And yeah, Fizdarth taking a little bit of damage here, but nothing too serious. And well, to make matters worse, Dr. Boom is in the house to add on to the pressure of Fizdarth. And well, Fizdarth with the Ice Block and of course everything he has up till now, no issues whatsoever. Just one attack onto AzureSky And Fizdarth is ready to rock and roll. So another blizzard for AzureSky just to keep Fizdarth at bay. But the issue with that is basically if you're going to be using your blizzards right now just to clear out your enemies, just to not die to what your enemy might have, well, an AzureSky is going to be setting his hit points to 15, but his ice block is going to be saving his life all the time, and I think that is going to be Fizdarth's saving grace. Even though he was dropped down pretty low, he can now just all in AzureSky and just say to AzureSky, okay, good luck, have fun, my bombs are going to wreck you. And I would say go for Force of Nature, maybe Savage Roar. There's nothing AzureSky can do about that. This is already 9 damage. The 7 damage follow-up from the Ancient of Lore. The 3 damage follow-up from the bomb. And then finally the 3 damage. That's going to be pulling out a secret. So Ice Block is going to be saving AzureSky for 1 turn. Big Game Hunter is going to be taking out AzureSky. And Shapeshift, well, is not going to be doing anything because, well, AzureSky is completely immune to all possible forms of damage. And, well, to be honest, to add insult to injury, Fizdarth could have gone for a more, well, cheeky approach, just with his Force of Nature and just dealing a little bit of damage. But yeah, or rather, sorry, I was thinking I lost my train of thought halfway through that. He could have just left AzureSky alive and watched while having great fun watching his opponent trying to kill him and then running into the ice block he stole at the beginning of the game. And people are enjoying themselves in the chat. I'm really happy that everybody is enjoying them. Just keep it clean, guys. Keep it clean. That's important. And we're going to be heading into game number 3 here. So let me actually pull that one up. So with the Druid gone, and that means, come on, that means that Fizdarth is going to be switching to his Hunter. And for AzureSky, it's just one more thing. And actually, AzureSky has switched to the Mech Assault class. So what we're probably going to be seeing is a Mech Warper on turn. Well, that's actually not that bad. Turn 1 Cockmaster, turn 2 Mech Warper plus Snowchugger. It's actually pretty good. So yeah, the Mech Warrior deck against Mech Mage deck actually against the Aggro Warrior deck from Fizdarth, and AzureSky, well, doing a fantastic, having a fantastic opener in this case. Just considering his options, the advantage of having Cockmaster means that he's going to have 1 additional damage, and I can easily calculate that for you because of the fact, well, Hawkmaster deals 3 damage, the Mech Warper deals 2 damage, which means that if he plays it right now and then follows it up with the Snowchugger, then it should be completely fine. Just play a Mech Warper, play Coin, play Snowchugger, and then suddenly this Hawkmaster is dealing so much damage. Well, so much damage plus 3 damage, it's quite a bit. And now you actually have to consider who's the beatdown. Often enough, that would be the Hunter deck, but in this case, Hunter should have inevitability with, of course, his big guys. Mech deck is really fast. It's kind of like the decks that I've seen in different card games as well. But the inevitability is currently in the hands of the Hunter. So I'm expecting that one to go into the Hunter's hands. So let's see what AzureSky is going to be doing. Is he going to start clearing out these spiders or not? Well, this spider is a beast. I'm pretty sure of that. Yes, both of them are beasts. And yeah, AzureSky has a few options here. He can go for Tinker Down Technician immediately to get himself a spare part, or attacking with the Clockmaster first, because he knows he's playing against the deck of Fizdarth, whose traps are pretty much limited to, I believe, only the freezing trap and no explosive traps are involved in this deck. Okay, it would be very funny if there was actually an explosive trap right now, but in this case it's a freezing trap, so he can easily drop the Tinker Town Technician without any problems whatsoever. So he's going to get the Time Rewinder, which allows him to return a friendly minion to his hand, and oh, it's the Angry Chicken. Very unfortunate. Web Spinner giving the Angry Chicken. It had to happen once. I mean, we've seen some legendaries coming out of that one. And Web Spinner once again. Things are looking a little bit hairy here for Fizdarth, especially given the fact that AzureSky is right there. But yeah, Fizdarth still trying to play the aggro game, and that's not going to work. That's definitely not how you have to win this match. You have to go for the... you have to trade as much as you can and get yourself into a position where you can actually fight back against the mage. So I would say that AzureSky, if Fizdarth does not draw anything very special, can just go straight to the face. That's all he has to do. Just go all in, drop the Annoyatron, follow it up with maybe the Clockmaster, and yeah, there's not all that much that Fizdarth can do about it. Of course, Frostbolt is also a valid option. Actually gets, whenever your opponent casts a spell, gain +1 attack. That's not too shabby, to be honest. Annoyatron coming out, Time Rewinder is available, but I don't see it, I don't expect it to be used. And of course the Fizdarth now frozen due to the Snow Jugger here. So on the other side, we have the Web Spinner, the Angry Chicken. The Sledge Belcher, of course, also a very good card against an aggro deck like the Mage. And well, it's going to be a little bit hard here for Fizdarth to stabilize. He needs to deal with this ensuing onslaught of all these mechs coming into play. Now also the Spider Tank. There's 5 mana available for AzureSky, so he could go for his Azure Drake. Depending on what he wants to do right now, because there are a few options. They need to get through the Sledge Belcher, that's for certain. One option is to send a Tinker Town Technician into the Sledge Belcher, follow it up with a Fire Blast, then follow up that Fire Blast with the Snow Sugar, taking out the slime, and then you can actually pop your Cogmaster into play. Not entirely sure if I agree with the fact that the Mech Warper was used here instead of the Snow Sugar. Especially because that means that he's going to be losing the additional mana from the mech. On the other hand, he has already used most of his mechs, so losing this one isn't the end of the world, that's for certain. Actually, looking at the side of Fizdarth, well, he has quite a few creatures that he can drop into play. Starting with the Pilot the Shredder. Hunter's Mark is available, but of course, yeah, he can't do all that much against this Mech Warper without a silence because of the Annoyatron. And yeah, so what Fizdarth has to do, he has to continue trading all he can. But things aren't looking too good for him. AzureSky now also getting the Fireball. This is looking to get to the point where it's lethal. I mean, this is 8 damage on the board. There's 6 damage in his hand. 7 damage actually, so that's 15. Bringing him down to 3. I would definitely say go for the face at this point. Actually, Snowjugger is there as well. A little bit afraid of that Angry Chicken though, but going to the face, popping the final Snowjugger as well here. And then just hope that Dart doesn't draw anything super special. And he doesn't. He draws the Eagle Thorn Bow, and that's pretty much game right there on the spot. And it's going to be unless AzureSky is really afraid and decides to go all in on what Fizdarth has. So yeah, that's pretty much the only thing. Maybe yeah, Gazrilla is coming in, but it's a little bit too late. That's very unfortunate here for Fizdarth. And Arm and Hammer, I believe that was a web spinner. So yeah, Fizdarth doesn't have anything left in form of dealing with the fireball that's in AzureSky's hand. He can of course at least save his soul a little bit longer. Gets a Millhouse Mana Storm. That's a pretty good card to get out of your Shredder. But other than that, can he actually make it happen? Can he finish this? Can he at least survive another turn? I doubt it. I doubt it. He has Dr. Boom, which is going to be decent. But with the amount of damage that is already on the table and AzureSky's current hand, this is going to be game. As the Hunter's Mark goes out, well, okay, he's going to be able to use his Haunted Creeper to get these spiders, and they apparently do not count for a beast. And then AzureSky is just going to be finishing this one up. He is going to be the victor, and AzureSky winning $300 in the SEA's Legends Tournament number 7, hosted here on ESL. Congratulations!